now tuned into the greatest.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sage Be Me podcast. I'll be your host for today, Sage Be Me. And a funny thing, before I get to tell you the episode, what we'll be talking about today, there's a story that I had yesterday with a friend of mine while we were walking that is really in relation to what we'll be talking about today. So, flashback. So yesterday, me and Devo were checking the house. Then he's like, "Bro, I've been paid, and there's work that I haven't done yet. Like, for real. He has been paid and he's not completed. Not that he hasn't started, but he hasn't completed. It's more of meeting a deadline. So, he was like, bro, I need to finish this up and the client is telling me that I'm slacking. And he actually has no pressure, none at all. He's like, bro, the person who really messed me up was the person who told me, this work, take your time. So he's like, I have control over the situation. There's no pressure in doing this. And mind you, my boy is the type of person that you have to give him a deadline so that he can plan himself, as in, let me finish before this date. Even that date, he'll actually do the work and do it nicely. So on to our episode of the day. What are we talking about today? So we'll be talking about, it's basically about how master. So, on to our episode of today. We'll actually be talking about what I've been reading. Actually, we usually talk about what I'm reading. Basically, from now on, for the next few episodes, we'll be talking about control and how it really affects us. The book, they call it the Zorro Circle, but I'm going to call it Mastery, because I'm actually rereading the book Mastery, because I actually have a physical copy. I'm flexing a little bit. Sure, there's someone with an audio version, but man, having a physical book is a flex on its own. Anyways, let me stop flexing and get on to the business of the day. So we'll be talking about mastery. How does mastery happen? It's quite simple, but really hard. I'll take you to the first chapter of mastery, or maybe it's the preface. People make things look easy when they do it. People make things look effortless when they do it. Mind you, even me recording this podcast, people like, man, you have a podcast. They don't know the struggle I went through to get this podcast wherever it is right now, But why shouldn't I make it look easy? Currently, it's easy because it's already out there. So, mastery. Mastery is not what you think it is. It's not easy. It takes time and effort. That's what's called mastery. Anyone who you think is a genius, a maestro, whatever, even take Houdini, I'll try my best as possible to keep this short, because the way I'm going, I feel like I'm going to be dropping bombs, and as much as we'll be talking about mastery for a while, this is mastery on control. Even Houdini, the greatest magician who did them tricks, he took time to master his craft, and he is considered one of the greatest magicians because he went through the hardship. So, why did they call the chapter the Zorro Circle, the fifth principle, the Zorro Circle? And why am I calling it mastery? This is because when it comes to mastery, this is learning something until you can, as in it's learning something, as in let's say it this way. This is learning the rules until you get to break the rules. You master the rules to the point that I know I can do this, I can do that, I can do blah blah blah. You get the gist here. So the Zorro Circle. In the movie, the comics, the whatever, the legend of Zorro, this guy, he's a lady killer. Number one, he's a fighter, as in he makes everything look easy. But in real sense, when the movie starts, Antonio Banderas was actually a drunk deadbeat, if we can call him that. Then he was taken over under the wing of, is it Diogo? Don Diego, I think so. Under the wing of Diego, he was actually, this guy drew a circle and told him, you will learn how to fight in this circle. This circle will be your world until I say it's not your world anymore. So he fought and fought and fought until he got mastery over the circle. Yeah, it was hard at first, but once he got used to the boredom and stuff, it eventually got easier for him. Mark my words. I said boredom. He got used to getting bored. So it made the whole scenario fun for himself. So he dedicated himself and took time to master that small circle. Then after that, that's when he was given harder tasks, better tasks. Because before that, he was someone who learned how to be helpless. Because why do you feel helpless as a human being? I came to realize when you feel helpless, it means that you have so many tasks to do. You don't know where to start, what to finish first. As in, you just have a lot of things to do, and you feel like your time is little. That's why people say, live one day at a time. But how do you live one day at a time? It means taking one step at a time, assigning yourself one task at a time. Finish it, master it, move on to the next one. And that's how you move on to the next one, like Jay-Z. There's a million ways to do it. Just do one, then move on to the next one. There's a million ways to live life, a day at a time. Take one step at a time. Be in your circle. Master your circle before you get on to other businesses of the day. So if you feel down, if you feel like there's a lot of stuff to do, ask yourself, what can I do now? Because that's how and why I can make it at this point in time. Yeah. So control. This is something that's in your head. If you feel I have no control over this situation, your mind goes blah, 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 like you're going to explode. But if you feel like you have control over the matter, you're the coolest guy around town. You're the coolest guy around town, and that's basically how it is. So master control of the small tasks that you can do by yourself. I've seen my boy Hezion from zero to where he is. He started off slowly, but he kept doing the work. He kept at it. He kept throwing content at you. Now he's a paid YouTuber. Yeah. So guys, master the art of control in your head first, because the control factor is something that's in your head. Be it happiness, be it purpose, be it anything. It's something that's in your head. If you feel a little bit stressed, ask yourself, do I feel like I don't have control over something? Then ask yourself, what is it? Then take baby steps at it. Yeah, you want the problem to end right now, but that's not how life works. You can't get to wherever you're going without checking the house. You can't check the house without checking the room. How do you check the room? One step at a time. You have to get up, stand up, then start walking. That's how you take life. That's how you take control, and that's how mastery begins. It starts off by that one little extra effort that you put on it, and that dedication. Yeah. So today, ask yourself, what small task can I do? How do I move one step today? And one step today till the end of the year, that's how many steps you've moved. Won't you be a place much better off than you are now? Because if I didn't start the podcast, I wouldn't know, and I wouldn't have shown Kevin how to do A, B, C, D. As in, man, when you help someone do something that for you was hard and you made it easy for him or her, that's just a smile on your face that you can't really tell. Someone learning from you, that's just a wow moment. If you ask me, that's just a wow moment. I don't even really need to get paid. I just feel good that someone did it easier than I have. Someone found it easier than I have because I helped him or her. Anyways, to finish off today's episode, the Zorro Circle. Most of the small tasks that you have, it doesn't matter how big your plate is, you only have 24 hours. And you can't do everything in 24 hours. And you can't do everything by yourself in 24 hours. So ask yourself, what can I assign tasks to you? Then after that, move. And don't be afraid to credit yourself for spreading your bed or getting out the house if you're an introvert. Saying hi to a stranger. These are really good efforts. And you never know, maybe that stranger who you put a smile on their face is someone that will help you in the future. Maybe he's the millionaire and you've been looking for money. Like I was saying, assign yourselves tasks that you'll do today, finish up today, and get on with the business of the day. That's all I have, folks. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, share, comment. And if you're listening up to this point, I'm sure you gained a value. Drop a like. It helps and it makes me feel good that one or two persons are listening out there and I'm helping some people. So I'll see you in the next episode. Yeah. Slow motion. East Africa.